Yes, I spent $4,000 of my own hard-earned money on this massage chair you can get off of Amazon. I have not seen any other videos talking about it really other than from the manufacturer, and those aren't. So I wanted to create this video listing out the pros and the cons of my own feedback and my friends that have been using it as well. I kind of took a risk buying this because there's really like 40-ish reviews on this, and there were good reviews, but honestly, like, you can fake 40 reviews pretty easily on Amazon. But looking at the brand itself, iRest has a couple other massage chairs that are really highly rated, that are a lot more affordable, like 1,700 bucks. And with all of those reviews, it gave me confidence to go ahead and purchase this one. So why did I go for the expensive one when they had the really highly rated $1,700 one? Honestly, is because I decided if I'm gonna be moving this thing around, setting it up everywhere I go, regardless, I just wanted to put a little extra money into it up front and have what I would think is the better massage chair. The only place you can actually try this massage chair before you buy it is in California, and I live in Utah, so that's not gonna happen. I've had this for about 2 to 3 months, and between my own usage of it and all my friends, I have compiled a list of some of the pros and the cons. So for the first pro is I think you're getting a lot of cool features for a relatively inexpensive price for a 4D massage chair. The overall style I actually really enjoy. I don't feel like it looks weird. It's a little bit space age, and you're never gonna have a massage chair that you look at that and you're like, wow, that's beautiful decoration in your house. But this one honestly looks pretty dang good. One of the biggest reasons why I've decided to keep this chair is the rollers are really strong and they can really dig into a lot of knots. I've tried a couple other massage chairs out there that I don't feel like are quite as strong as this. And real quick, on the note of having really good back rollers, I wanted to just show you that you can have these two things removed on the back to get a deeper massage. So when the rollers come up here, you can have this pad up here if you don't want to have it be digging into your neck or and shoulders as much. But you kind of have these two layers of separation. This is like just a straight up pillow. This one's a little bit of padding, and then you've got like the rollers are right here. I started off by just folding these back, but ultimately I just like having a deep massage. So I just take this all the way off altogether. I unzip both of them and I just store this somewhere else. Another thing I really enjoy about this chair is how strong the airbags are. I've noticed that when you turn up to full intensity, it can really squeeze your arms and legs and hold it there for a long time. And then when it releases, the rush of the blood going back into the limbs feels really good and kind of just gives you that overall blood circulation into your body. Another pro is that it has built-in speakers. I feel like a lot of these do. Speakers are like okay, but I prefer just to have my AirPod Pros put in with the noise cancellation. Another big reason why I decided to get this one over the $1,700 one was that it has the big touchscreen on it, which I think allows for more customization and just understanding of what's going on with the massage chair at that time. I would rate it like a 4 out of 5. I feel like it's pretty responsive and well made. There's a few menu things that are weird that you have to like get out of a certain page in order to change the time. You can't have one page open, even though you should be able to. Overall, I still think it's a really good touchscreen. The heating's pretty cool on this. I personally run a little bit warm, and so I don't usually use heating on this, but maybe in the winter I will. But it has a really cool heating pad that can either go behind you, or you can take those and put them on top of you to heat the front of your body while it's giving you massage. Another thing is it's got a ton of massage modes, and it's a little overwhelming at first because you're like, well, which one am I going to enjoy the best? I have a couple of my favorite. One is the sports recovery, another one is the brain refresh, and finally the full body stretch. Those three are kind of my favorite, with maybe my fourth being a spine massage. Another pro that I actually find that I really do like is that it has a built-in wireless charger. This definitely should not be the reason why you get a massage chair. You could very easily just have a cable like sitting right next to it and plug it in, but it's nice. One thing is I feel like it kind of heats up my phone a little bit more than I would like, so yeah, use that with caution. Stick to the end and I will give you one little bonus tip for something that you should purchase with a massage chair if you do not have a TV already mounted in your room. All right, so jumping to some of the cons, this one should have been a pro, but they completely butchered this. The voice control on this thing is garbage. The idea of having voice control on a massage chair is brilliant because your arms get locked in and you can't reach out and change the settings on it. If you do pull your arm out to change the settings on it, you have to wait for a while for that to decompress and put your arm back in it, and it's kind of annoying. So the voice control should be able to fix that, right? You'll be able to tell what to do and not have to take your arms out, but it is like absolute garbage. Some people were saying, I don't know if you can turn it off, and if you don't turn it off, it will just like kind of randomly be like, I'm here, I hear you. But you can turn it off in the settings, and I've just opted to keep it off. So not really a con, it's just a bummer because they have the feature, it's just crappy. So some people say that the feet rollers are too strong and that they don't enjoy how much it hurts their feet. I'm honestly disappointed in the feet rollers because I don't have like that big of an arch in my foot by any means, but it doesn't like dig in like the way I want it to, like to really massage my feet. I feel like I have to kind of push into it to try to get more, but even then I'm not really getting a good foot massage, which is actually a really big bummer and one of the reasons why I was going to return it, But ultimately, again, from the pros earlier, I think the rollers on this, which is ultimately what I bought it for my back, are really strong and the price point is really good. I decided to keep it, but this one was disappointing me. That being said, I do have a roommate who has pretty flat feet, and he said that it feels really good on his feet. So I guess this part would just come down to the shape of your foot. On that note, the toes of this are covered so that it can have an airbag to push down on your feet. So if you have really big feet, it's probably not gonna work for you. I wear size 11, and I feel like that's probably the biggest you'd wanna be. You could go to size 12 maybe and be fine, but there's a few times where I found that my foot was getting pushed into the front of that and it was uncomfortable. So I would say if you have shoe size of 11 and lower, you'd be fine. Okay, another thing is I'm 6'1". This chair says it can go up to 6'2", but there's something kind of weird about this chair. It fits me, but literally everyone that sits in it, it doesn't feel like they measured the lower portion of your body very well. So the con there is I don't feel like the seat is quite deep enough in order to get a proper massage for the legs. Okay, and here's another thing. They could fix this with an update just to the firmware. I don't know if it has the capability to be updated, but even if they were to roll out a newer version of this and have it updated in the computers, this is what iRest should do. I have used other massage chairs that have that same stretching mode built into a bunch of different massage modes. This one will really only stretch you in the full body stretch. It will do the leg extension in every mode, but I want that like leg extension and then pulling down on your feet. So I find myself wanting to do a few different massages when I could on another massage chair just have one mode that does it all. This one you have to do 2 different massages to get that stretch built in. On that note, I gotta say that the stretch mode does not work as well as I want it to. It feels like it gets so close to working, but again, I think it's just not having the proper depth in the seat that it doesn't allow my body to fully stretch. And again, I think that's just because I'm a bigger dude. If you were a little bit smaller, it probably would work just great for you. But for me, I don't feel like the stretch mode works as good as I would like it to. It's still good, but not as good as I would like it to. Okay, so just a few more cons. I got a lot of cons, but honestly, I just wanted to be straight up with you to help you have an informed decision. This one's kind of a small con, but overall, I feel like it's just a little bit of a slow chair, especially when it comes to tilting and whatnot. Obviously, you're doing this to relax and get a massage, so you don't need to be a speed demon by any means, but I have noticed that when I turn it on and turn it off, it takes a while to kind of calibrate and lean back, and even when it's stretching, I feel like it's just a little bit slower than I would like it to be. Not a big deal, but something to note. I've had this issue, and a couple other people have had this issue. I have no idea why, but when you're getting a massage and you put your arms in it, over time, it wants to push your left arm out of it. And I've noticed I have had to kind of consciously keep my arm pushed up against the wall to not have it do that, which kind of ruins the zen side of this. That's literally me and just another girl that's used it that have had that issue. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the shape of my arm. I don't know, but kind of annoying. And as a little bonus, I would recommend getting this iPhone/iPad stand that I got with this for any massage chair you get, because it's just nice to have your phone or iPad propped up if you want to watch a little show if you don't have a TV mounted on the wall. Okay, so yeah, I'm about 6'1" and 195, just so you can kind of get a size comparison. Overall, even just sitting in it without it being on, it's pretty comfortable, but I would never just choose to sit in this versus a normal chair. Let's go ahead and turn it on and you can hear some of the sounds. Overall, I feel like the machine is really quite quiet for how it performs, which is nice. So right now it's body sensing. Basically, it's just figuring out how long my legs are and where my shoulders are. It's just beeping, asking me if this is the right shoulder position. And it's at 10. I usually like it about 10, maybe 9. Right now, I maybe actually probably prefer to 9. You can adjust it afterwards. But this is one of the things I mean. I went out to adjust that, and now this thing is full of air, and I can't put my arm back in, so I kind of just have to wait until that's finished. This is the best kind of YouTube video you can ever do. You just sit here and get a massage. I gotta say, it does a really good job. There's a lot of cons, yes, but overall, I do enjoy this chair. And I love when it does the side-to-side pounding like this. I'm not gonna take out any of the sound around this, so you can kind of just hear how it's performing. It's pretty dang quiet, but I'll bring the camera up closer so you can hear the sound as well. Right here, so you can turn up the intensity of it. There you go, now I can finally put my arm back in. It does a pretty good job massaging your glutes, but it doesn't get any lower than that. It doesn't really get your thighs or hamstrings at all. The default massage time is 20 minutes. You can adjust it anywhere from 5 to 60 minutes. It's got airbags right here on either side of the shoulder that kind of push you side to side. I've for some reason noticed that it likes to push me to the left more than it does the right, which again, not a big deal, but kind of annoying because I'm like, I want an equal massage. And I just took this arm out and now I can't get this one in. So that's kind of a bummer. I wish I had like a sensor to be like, oh, this is not there. we'll just deflate it until it is. This is what I mean right here. It pulls down the feet. It doesn't like lower it. I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna go to the full body stretch. It's gonna start by pushing me up into more of a seated position. This is kind of what I mean by how slow it is. It's not like a speed demon by any means. And now it's like pushing my legs out. This is kind of what I mean. Like I'm not really in it anymore. Like my legs should be in further. If it was like 6 inches deeper on the seat, my legs would be perfectly placed and I would really enjoy that. If you guys are interested, I'll do a more in-depth review on all these massage modes, but ultimately my favorite ones, like I already mentioned before, are sports recovery, full body stretch, and brain refresh. And I've just saved them in here as my favorites. That way I can just quickly get that going. But right now the airbags are closing in on my body and gonna get ready to stretch me here. So again, this is where I think it can kind of fail, because if it was 6 inches deeper on that seat, maybe even 4 inches, I would get a way better massage here, but it's leading me back. What's happening on the rollers are just kind of going up and down my back right now. And then it will kind of go up to my mid back and then push out as far as it can, while it keeps my shoulders and arms and legs locked in. Again, it's pulling me out of my seat more than it is stretching me, which is kind of the bummer part of this. That's like my favorite part, when it releases and all the blood goes back into my arms. It's actually been a few days since I've used this, and I kind of forgot how much I liked it. Okay, I want to keep getting massaged, but I'm going to keep doing this video. So as you can see, it's zero gravity, which is really nice. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what this is. These are heat pads that are magnetized. They can magnetize together like this, or they magnetize to the seat behind you when you're sitting on it. But this is if you wanted to have a little like heat on top of your body while getting massage. It's kind of nice, I like it, but again, I'm probably gonna use that mainly in the winter because I usually run a little warm, and so I don't want more heat. Okay, powering it down. Now it's done. Takes kind of a while, but you know, it's easy to complain. So my overall thoughts, yes, there's a lot of cons, and yes, those things actually bother me quite a bit. So why am I keeping it? I bought it ultimately for my back, and I feel like when it comes to the neck and to the back and even to the glutes, it does a really good job massaging all of those areas. I like it enough, the price is good enough that I'm overall happy enough to keep it. I would return it if I could get these other massage chairs that I've sat in at the $8,000 price point, of course, for this $4,000 price point. But considering that this is the cheapest one with the most features, I feel like it's still a pretty good purchase for me. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. If you did, please like this video and subscribe. It would mean a great deal to me, as it takes some time to put these videos together. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one.